Give us just one moment, folks, and your regularly scheduled program will be starting soon. then turn on my mic, and then turn on your mic. And we should be on and ready to go. Welcome back, boys, girls, and everyone in between, to another SR Studio Friday stream. We have made it to the end of the week again, folks. We are a studio created by artists for artists, and in our sketch sessions, we talk about anything that crosses our minds while creating human art. I am Esso, and with me, as always, is the co-creator and motivator, Miss Lily.
Hey guys, welcome back to the stream.
Oh man, sorry about last week, guys. I came down with the crud. You wouldn't have wanted to hear me talk. it was bad. It was weird. Like going towards the end of the last stream that we did, it was starting to take over. But man, by the time we got to the second week, dude, I was just a head full of snot. It was not fun. But tonight, we're going to be honoring an OG viewer, Mr. Let's see, I'm going to try to pronounce. It's going to be Mr. Mark. I'm going to try to pronounce your tag, though. Is it Mui Marku? Am I pronouncing that right? Maui?
No, I think it's Miyu Marku.
Miyu? M-U-I? Miyu Marku? You know, you're probably right.
I thought it was M-I-U.
I don't know. Whenever I'm looking at it here on stream, it's M-U-I. Moi Marku? Is it French? I don't know. But either way, we are going to be creating a specially requested art piece for Mr. Mark as a show of appreciation for just being with us on our streaming and artistic journey here on the stream. We appreciate every night that you can join us, and hopefully you'll enjoy what we're going to create for you today. But before we do that, let's go ahead and get a little housekeeping out of the way. If you are watching the stream, please join us in chat. It lets YouTube and Twitch know that you're here and counted. If you're a first-time watcher on Twitch, hit that follow button. And if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to hit that like, subscribe, and bell so you'll get a notification next time we go live. If you take a look over at chat, you will find Miss Lily's Instagram and TikTok, all of her socials. You can always find her at Lily Lilac Draws, all one word. And then if you want to see more artwork, more clips, or donate over to the studio, please head over to the second link that we have, which is going to be our link spree. And it gives you all the hyperlinks that you need to get to the places that you want to be. Outside of that, what are we going to be drawing today, Lily?
Mark requested that we draw Momo from Dandadan in a cool fighting pose using her powers.
Okay, cool. Let's do it. Let's see. I think I have a good idea of what I want to do. I'm used to doing action scenes, so that should be cool. Now, you know, here's the thing that I was thinking about before the stream started. Whenever she's using her powers, is it coming from her hands or like from another piece of her body?
I'm looking at some shots here. It looks like they extend from her hands.
From her
because
hands?
that's what she visualizes them to be.
Oh,
So
I
it
see.
makes sense that I don't know if she learns to make it project without her having to move her hands. Because I think at this point in the anime, obviously she's still learning how to use them, so
Yeah.
she can only use them just by like visualizing with her hands moving, because that's how she thinks they look like. So
That's true.
yeah, so they extend from her palms.
Okay, cool. You know, in preparation for this, I was at Barnes and Noble earlier in the week, and I was looking for the Dandadan manga to kind of study, because today's drawing, I really want to try to replicate the style as much as possible. So I was looking through the manga, and then I bought the first volume, and whenever I took it home, I was looking through the manga, and I realized that they don't really show her power in the first couple of volumes. Like, she can she creates a force field to kind of like push aliens away from her and stuff like that, but she never brings
Mhm.
out the hands. I was like,
You
damn it!
mean like the initial,
Yeah, and
like when
the
she initially meets the first aliens?
uh-huh. Whenever she
Yeah.
initially meets the first alien, the first time she meets Turbo Granny, which is like the first what is it, like 3 4 volumes.
Well, I think that's because she doesn't know about
Yeah.
her powers yet. Because when she first meets the aliens, I think that's what awakens her powers.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so she doesn't know they exist. So I think they just come out her like an explosion, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah,
But then
they're
as
triggered by
she's
the aliens.
yeah, but then
Mm-hmm.
as she's learning how to use them, they take form.
Yeah,
So I think
exactly.
you're seeing this process. So and I think the anime shows it a little bit better because you can see her powers come off as like a greenish
Mm-hmm.
blue hue. When they first get activated, the whole scene shifts to that color.
Yeah.
So yeah, that expresses her that it's just coming out of her all
It's a
over like a
psychic
force field,
telekinesis
as you
power.
said. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
then as she
they don't
starts
show that in the first volume. So
yeah. And, it's in black and white, so you can't really
yeah,
tell.
that too.
But I think it's just implied that it just comes out of her, and then she later learns how to shape it.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
But yeah, it forced me to go to the internet and do a little bit more research to see how it really looks. But let's see if I can translate it. I got to mess around with the 3D figures in Clip Studio Paint again. It's so
Hmm.
fun messing with that stuff, man. Whenever I was like deciding on the composition that I wanted. It's getting a lot of fun being able to because it's like setting up. Did what whenever you were in college, did you ever use those wooden mannequins?
Like maybe two times, and then I found it kind of annoying. So then I just ended up looking up references
Really?
instead of
What
trying
did you
to
find
shape it.
annoying about it?
It's just not as autonomous as I'd like it to be.
Oh,
And
it's not a
then
yeah. You
it
can't
helps
bend it
with
in
the
every which way.
yeah, it helps with the simple shapes, like
Mm-hmm.
because that's how you first learn how to draw, especially the human body. You have to break everything into shapes
Yeah.
to better understand the 3D-ness of a human body. Um it helps with that, but I think I just do better with looking at a reference, like a picture reference or like a model right in front of you. When we took figure drawing class, that was really helpful.
Super helpful. Yeah,
Hmm.
I find like I end up needing like 3 different kinds of references, right? Like it really helps to have a basic model in front of you to kind of like be able to visualize how the figure is going to stand and get your composition together, right? But then I end up finding out that I have to pull up. I have this specific website that I go to get anatomy and muscle from. Um,
Mm.
and that's another one. I usually have that one up, and it's another 3D model that you can actually like kind of bend around, turn, or not really bend it, but you can turn the figure around in a 3D space, so you can see how the muscles interconnect with ligaments, and it makes it's a really fun tool to use. I think it's called like Biohuman. I always end up pulling it up online, and then of course the last one being whatever I'm drawing as a reference for clothes in aesthetic and all that. Because God, I suck at trying to figure out how I'm gonna dress a character up. You're much better at that than I am.
Mm, comes with observing it for so long,
Yeah, I don't know
paying
why. It's
attention to
like
it.
I've always thought that clothing and costume design was really cool, but I guess for so long I focused on the anatomy that now I'm needing to learn how to clothe the figure. You know what I mean?
Oh, because you've paid attention to it essentially naked,
Yeah,
that
yeah, I've
you
always
don't
drawn
know how
naked
to
figures.
draw it not naked.
Exactly. It's a completely different beast. The way
Kind of
clothes
funny.
hang,
Oh
everything else
yeah,
in between.
definitely. That's, in its own beast, which is
Mm-hmm.
why you just have to not really think about the physics of the clothes initially,
Yeah.
I think, and just then appreciating like the style of clothing that you like to go for characters, because everyone's got their own style.
Yeah.
So you
True.
kind of want to show it through their clothing. And I think that's why I like Dandadan, because they've shown Momo in different clothes.
Yeah. Yeah. They
Um
have.
and she's definitely like a high school gyaru, which is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So, with her clothing,
Oh yeah, I
very
like her clothing.
stylish.
Her style
Yeah.
is really cool.
So, I can't remember where I was going with that, but yeah, just definitely. Oh, she has her own style, and it's
Mm-hmm.
shown through her clothes. Yeah, so just paying attention to that sort of thing, because everyone dresses differently,
It's
and
true.
you
It's
can
true.
definitely tell someone someone's character just by how they're clothed. So, like the saying, that saying, you can't judge a book by its cover.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, you can't, but people are going to, and if
It's
they're going
true.
to anyway, you might as well look cool.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, dress dress how you want to, dress what you think looks cool. Obviously, not super offensively or, you know, um, but dress however you think is comfortable. And I think that's the same way with paying attention to characters' clothings. Like what would this character be comfortable in? What would express them like in their clothing, that
Mm-hmm.
sort of thing. And then you can go into the physics, because that stuff, like I said, is its own monster.
So with Momo, since her clothing does vary so much, what do you think you're gonna go with? Are you gonna go with her street clothes, or are you gonna go with like her school uniform?
I think I'm gonna go with one of her street clothes.
Yeah, yeah, I was gonna do the
Yeah.
same because
But her
I tend to like the way that looks a little bit better.
hmm But the school outfit's really cute too. Her pink sweater
Mm-hmm.
is very iconic.
It's weird because it's like almost every image that I found of her had it did have her street clothing, but the one that I really liked was like this track suit or this track jacket, almost like a windbreaker that she wears with like with a skirt. Although I didn't realize whether or not in the anime did she wear a skirt more often than not, or did she wear pants? Because in almost every promo image that I've seen of her, she's been in a skirt. So I'm assuming that's what she's always in.
Looks like she's primarily in skirts, shorts,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
like
tight
gym shorts. Yeah.
with long socks or leg warmers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Always
so
with the leg
very
warmers.
very teenager, very like I said, gyaru, which yes, very cool.
I'm
Which
trying.
her
Mm-hmm.
her one classmate actually fully embodies the the gyaru look with
Oh,
her
the
makeup.
makeup look.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
she's doing. Just in
Mm-hmm.
case anyone doesn't know what that is and is looking at this little girl like, why the heck does her makeup look this way? That's actually like a cultural thing for Japanese primarily prepubescents, little
Yeah.
girls.
Or
I mean
teenage,
adult
high school
women.
aged.
Yeah, it's very popular with them, but
Mm-hmm.
as you age and as you age, I think in the modern age, especially now, it's been more embraced.
Yeah.
People are embracing more that you can still enjoy the things that you enjoyed as a kid. It's
That's
not,
awesome. Yeah.
yeah, it's not as shamed as it was before, which is, yeah, like you said, really cool.
Yeah. It's like especially for the kind of work culture that Japan has, and how a lot of adults feel as if they can't um what's the word I'm looking for? Not really achieve the possibility or the freedom they had as teenagers, right? Like
Hmm.
the reason they wanted to be so individualistic as teenagers, because that's what most teenagers do, right? Once they hit a certain age, you become not necessarily rebellious, but you're trying to come into your own. You're trying to find your own style and everything else in between. And everything that I've observed from the Japanese culture is that as soon as you become an adult, it's like it's business and business only. Now you're a part of the team, or the freedom to express yourself like they did as teenagers kind of like goes by the wayside. They either become family people, or they become salary workers, and it seems as if that individuality kind of gets taken away from them. And it's pretty cool if you have more adults now embracing that individuality a little bit more.
Hmm.
Like, it seems as if there's an interesting cultural awakening happening there.
It it still happens though that a toxic work culture in Japan,
Mm-hmm.
that you brought it up because I saw I saw this picture. I don't know. Pictures now you kind of question if they're real because
True.
of AI.
Yeah.
But like I saw this picture of this Japanese worker on the train and he's eating a sandwich and I think it's late when the trains are still running
Mm-hmm.
and he's just kind of crying or trying to hold in a cry because
Jesus.
he's just, super tired from working
Yeah.
all day or maybe he's even going back to work or whatever, like
Ooh wee. Yeah.
that's just how toxic it is. But uh, so
That's
sad.
brutal, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's absolutely brutal. Once you get stuck in that work life cycle, and it's hard to break from it. Ugh.
Hmm.
I mean, I think all of us have experienced that in one form or another, but it's that much more brutal from what I've seen on that side of the world. My God. Let's see here. While we're getting all the drawings going, we have got a crap ton of topics to go over tonight. My
Hmm.
God, I hope we're able to get through all of them, because we've had a we've had 2 weeks to sit on things that we wanted to talk about. Do you want to start on your topics first? Because you seem to have a lot more.
Yeah, so we can start with the big one.
Okay.
Um, because that one, yeah, I'm sure by now everyone has seen at least the leaked images from uh the upcoming movie
Mm-hmm.
for Avatar, The Legend of Aang. I've seen a few images. I've seen a bit of like one clip, and then some clips will pop up, and I'll quickly because I really don't want to watch anything from it until it releases. And I
Mm-hmm.
think like I'm glad that the artists for the movie are speaking up. I just feel so bad for what happened because some
Yeah.
people like I don't know if it was one of the leakers who said that they did this. Like I don't know if you heard it too. Like they were like, "Oh, they accidentally sent us the full movie." Um so we just leaked it. That sort of thing. And
Yeah.
then that was unfounded. Like
Mm-hmm.
that wasn't true. I don't know how it came out. It just sucks that it did
Yeah.
because it really and say what you want about Paramount. Like Paramount sucks right now. Like they're all they pulled the movie from theatrical release. I
Yeah.
found this out, and I don't know if this is true, but I would wager that it's true
Mm-hmm.
because the SpongeBob movie didn't do great. And
Ah,
I
come
don't
on.
know, yeah, I don't know if you've seen the the clips from that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I saw them like for the commercials, the trailers, that's not
Yeah.
what they call them in the theater. Whenever I'd watch a movie, the trailers would pop up, right?
Yeah.
And I'm watching them and I'm like, wow, this is so bad because SpongeBob has potty humor, right? Like
Sure.
it's potty humor and it's for the kids, but adults can it, it's it's not explicit, but it's kind of like, oh, that's kind of like an adult joke, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like only
Mm-hmm.
adults get it. But obviously, it's under this clever guy's that's not so much in your face or like really dirty, right? And
Right.
kids can still enjoy it, which that's OG SpongeBob. And that's what made SpongeBob great.
Yeah.
The people who are doing SpongeBob right now don't know how don't know how to do SpongeBob, and this last movie really shows it. Like I
Mm-hmm.
watched the trailer and it was so gross. Like um one of the clips was just of SpongeBob like whipping Patrick with like this seaweed tendrils or something coming
Uh-huh.
from his pants, but
What
like the
the?
front part of his pants.
Oh
So it's
no.
very like that was just really gross. Like
That's real
I've
suggestive.
yes, I've never seen anything like that in SpongeBob. And if they even go near that, it's never anything like that. So,
That's such a
yeah.
weird. That's such a weird territory for them to explore. With the,
Right? Like,
I mean, granted,
ew.
well, sometimes I think about this, right? Because it's like you have a property like SpongeBob that's been around for the good part of what, maybe 20 years now, right? So the audience that grew up with SpongeBob are 20 years older at this point.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, SpongeBob is still a children's property, right? So
Yeah.
if you're going to include adult jokes into a kid's property, that's definitely not the way you do it.
Gotta do it like the people like the guy who did it before, which rest in peace. Like
Mm-hmm.
he's gone.
Yeah.
And and they're and they're further besmirching him in his grave because he wanted SpongeBob to have already ended like ages ago. Like this is all
It's
yeah, this
making
is
too
all
much money, man.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And exactly as you just said, Paramount, you know, thinks that SpongeBob is the cash cow. So
Yeah.
they looked at how badly the movie went, and they're like, okay, if this animated movie that is SpongeBob, if that can't get us money, what makes us think that this movie, this whatever movie, Avatar,
Yeah, it's such a
who's
gigantic cult
yeah.
classic at this point, though.
Well, they don't know, and it's showing, 'cause they pulled it from theaters. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's the biggest slap in the face. They don't know what their fans want, and I
When do they
get
ever?
that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I get that's why that people leaked it, and I get they also leaked it possibly due to like their political views, what they're
Mm-hmm.
doing with censorship and stuff. I get all that. But at the end of the day, this only hurts like the team who worked for years to make this film. It looks
Right.
amazing, by the way. Like they worked their asses off.
Mm-hmm.
The creators were in on it. You know, this is a slap to their face.
Yeah.
Um, I think this is a slap to the character of the show itself, like, you know, the integrity of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, like
Yeah.
doing the right thing and them just not doing the right thing.
Right.
Um,
Right.
and that's what a lot of the illustrators, like the people, the animators who worked on the show, they're saying like, if you were gonna pirate it, we would have preferred you pirated it after the actual release, because then, you know, we still would have had people watching it then, right?
Right.
From proper platforms that people paid for. And then some of the voice actors, the old voice actors, like the
The
OG voice,
originals. Yeah.
yeah, the OG voice for Toph, she spoke out against it. Like, if you guys really like this wasn't cool. If you guys really want to support Team Avatar, you guys need to watch the film
Mm-hmm.
legally when it releases. And the voice actor for Iroh even said like Iroh would be disappointed with how many people, like, you know, like,
Don't want to
oof, if
disappoint Uncle Iroh, man.
no one wants to do that. And yeah, so I was thinking, like, I already have Paramount. Um, I have it because my mom wants to watch the UFC fights, and that's where they stream it on.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, mom, for you, I'll keep Paramount. But and I also keep it because I watch the Sonic the Hedgehog movies from time to time. But
Right.
I'm glad I have it so I can watch this movie, you know, legally, because I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
put it on repeat. Um, but I think a lot of people are like, Paramount, you need to release this. You need to release this in theaters. We're all gonna watch it. Like, just do it. You know, I hope they do,
Yeah.
but even if they don't, I'm still gonna show up and watch it. And I would hope that, like, so I'm all for um I boycott things that I can reasonably do.
Right.
I don't want to force I'll let people know like, hey, I'm boycotting this. But I don't, and maybe I'll joke about it like, hey, you should boycott with me too, but you know, I'm not gonna force anyone to boycott anything,
Mm-hmm.
or do anything the opposite effect, like, hey, you should do this. But I think for this, I'm gonna implore you guys to do something. Like, I would hope that for the month that it releases, you guys pay the that one monthly subscription for Paramount. Watch the shit out of Avatar, just Avatar, and then
Just
I don't know,
get all your
download
Avatar
it.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, and then download it, and then cancel your subscription. Um, and you know what that's gonna happen? What that's gonna do? Paramount's gonna look at their subscription timing and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
right? They're gonna
Mm-hmm.
say, our subscriptions jumped in this month, and then suddenly they dropped. Why did that happen? They're gonna pay attention. They're gonna see it because they only think in money, right?
True. True.
They're
Very
gonna look
true.
at it and then they're gonna say, "Oh shit, it's because of the Avatar movie," and then maybe that's gonna make some cogs turn. And I also want to push for this too because the leaks and the adverse effect of people not going to go support the film
Mm-hmm.
may affect future projects. Like, because Paramount has a hold on the IP, this may affect the series that's gonna come out. Like, what if
Yeah.
they just choose to like nick it, right? Because of
Yeah.
this shit. Or any future any other future movies. Because the people, the guys behind the Avatar series, they wanted to make way more content than just that. So I could see this potentially turning sideways
Mm-hmm.
if people don't show up. And, so that's
Yeah.
why I want to try and convince you guys to show up.
I mean, I understand the worry, right? Especially since we're dealing with a company like Paramount, especially since we're seeing like across the entertainment board of like companies merging and getting rid of IPs or reducing the prominence of certain IPs, or I mean it's been all over the place lately. We are in a bad economy, right? And we're going to see this
Hmm.
left and right. I whenever I started seeing all the posts from the artists and the writers that worked on the movie, yeah, man, I felt bad for them. I felt bad for them. I don't know how it originally leaked either. All I remember is seeing a post on Twitter of somebody saying that they got their hands on the movie, and that I've seen like one scene, and it was a tough fighting scene. I didn't think it was real at first. I thought it was AI, and then because everything online nowadays is is more or less AI.
Hmm.
So I didn't think it was the actual movie until more and more posts started coming out that the movie had leaked online. Um, I'm gonna put my conspiratorial hat on here for a second, um, because we are talking about a gigantic company like Paramount, right? Um, I don't think Paramount is. I don't think the people that work at Paramount are incompetent, right? I think that they did see the performance of the SpongeBob movie and they are worried. I think that's very much the case. Whenever it comes to leaks of movies, especially a movie like this one, where it's almost for the most part being shelved, right? It was taken out of theaters, now it's going straight to streaming. Whenever it comes to leaks like this, a part of me thinks that a company like Paramount will leak something just to build hype behind it, right?
Hmm.
We've seen it happen before. Specifically, one of the examples that come to mind is the Wile E. Coyote versus Acme, or the original Deadpool movie, right? Where a creator will leak something just to build hype around a property, and then it's kind of like a coordinated PR campaign where you'll have creators come out and talk about the leak in a number of different ways. You'll have the studio come out, talk about the leak. And the way the internet works is that any kind of view, whether it's negative or positive, is a view, and it spreads awareness of an IP, right? Not that I'm saying that all leaks happen like this, but a lot of leaks happen this way, right?
Hmm.
and I mean, it happened this way with all the stinking DC Universe Snyder cut, all that BS, right? It's the exact same kind of campaign. You you essentially throw something out there that gets the internet talking. The more the internet talks about it, the more awareness it gets, the more promotion the IP it gets, and then the movie studio can essentially monetize that promotion. Um, I I I find it in the year of 2026, in the year of our Lord MCU, I don't see how things leak very easily, or at all, honestly. If
No.
if the MCU can keep an airtight lid the way that they do, I don't see how other gigantic companies like Paramount or Universal don't do the same. Not that I'm saying that accidents can't happen. I'm sure they can happen, but the way these leaks came out, where nobody has a real good idea of how they came out, And then you start seeing, a little bit clips here. You start seeing, creators come out and talk about it, saying like, hey, don't download the movie. Be sure you watch it, support it. It just seems a little weird. It not weird. It seems a little maybe a tiny bit planned, especially so close to the actual release of the movie. Right? It's just weird. But that's not to say that you shouldn't support the movie, right? Whether Paramount or Avatar Studios are trying to build hype behind the IP, they're doing this for a reason, right? Or at the very least, they're trying to crowd control what has happened. The leak of the movie and all, and I believe that the sentiments of the creators and the artists and the writers behind this are authentic, right? They want people to see their movie. They want the movie to get the attention that it deserves, right? And I mean, I'm 100% behind that. But having a leak of a movie that it reminds me so much of the Deadpool leak whenever that came out.
Mm.
Because Deadpool was a movie that originally wasn't going to get made because Fox was in the middle of shelving a lot of its IPs. Fox was even looking to sell their studio to Disney at the time. Whenever the Deadpool leak came out, then the director said, "Okay." The director, and I believe Ryan Reynolds, leaked this test footage of Deadpool, and it started to build hype and build hype, and then eventually we ended up getting the Deadpool movie in theaters. This could potentially follow that same game plan, right? Where we have this leak that comes out, mysteriously comes out, right? We have the creators come out saying, "Hey, support the movie, do whatever you can to watch it," or I really don't know how else you can watch this movie other than having Paramount Plus, right? At this point, because it's a stream only movie, and that hopefully through the buildup of the IP, they can either put that marketing towards a new IP or a new series that's going to come out, and or get the theatrical release that they want if the cry from the internet is big enough, right? And the internet has brought movies to the theater before. Again, look at the Snyder cut of the Justice League. Look at the Wile E. Coyote versus Acme movie that's going to be coming out soon. The internet has power, right? And I think that studios are savvy enough to be able to manipulate the internet, because let's face it, it's very easy to manipulate people on the internet. With that said, regardless, I think the movie should be supported, mainly because A, I love the Avatar series. B, I want to see this movie, and I was really debating whether or not I was gonna pirate it or not, whether or not I was gonna sign up for Paramount Plus. And you've convinced me for the most part that it's probably best to support this, even if it is a marketing campaign. Paramount still needs to know that traditional, because this is a traditionally animated movie too, right? This isn't a 3D
Mm-hmm.
movie. It's traditional 2D, and I want to support that whenever I can, right?
Yeah.
So I probably will subscribe to Paramount Plus for 1 month,
And then
before,
download it. And then
yeah, yeah, and then
delete.
download it, and then cancel it as soon as I can.
Yep. That's the way to go.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, so you saying that this might have been a stunt,
Mm-hmm.
I'm all for that too. If
Yeah.
if the intent of whoever leaked it, if it was
It
someone
was probably
at
someone
Paramount,
within Avatar
if it was
Studios,
someone,
for all
yeah,
we
if it was
know.
someone
Yeah.
at Paramount, or if
Mm-hmm.
it was Paramount themselves, or
Mm-hmm.
whoever have you, to try and even get Paramount to maybe release it in theater,
Yeah.
like I'm all for that. Like go for it.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah. Build hype
because I
behind this.
think because I think they quickly took down the movie,
Mm-hmm.
but I I know one person who has managed to get it.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm sure people still have it on their backlog. I mean,
And I have seen it
and
on websites, so it is out there. Um,
oh, yeah. I
but
haven't
yeah.
looked extensively because I had the thought like, oh man, I want to watch this now, but then I
Mm-hmm.
was thinking, well, no, I really want to support this. Like
Yeah.
I really want to watch it, and I really want to like yeah, I could watch it now and see it still in its glory, but I
Mm-hmm.
think I just kind of want to be there when it
Yeah.
however it gets released, right? Like
Yeah. That
I want to be there
You're right.
and I
The
want to be a
hard part
part of it.
is like in what form you want to show the support, right? Like cuz
Mhm.
you can show the support in a number of different ways. Talking about it online, of course buying merchandise directly from Avatar Studios if you can. Obviously this isn't going to be released on physical media for a while, right? Especially if it hasn't streamed on the service just yet. The fastest way is obviously getting eyes on the property through the streaming service because that's how Paramount's going to track it. Although movie studios do track viewership on other platforms as well. So if this is also released on Amazon Prime, buy it from Amazon Prime because
Or
Paramount will,
YouTube.
yeah, on YouTube, buy it from those services because Paramount will track how you're seeing this movie.
Mhm.
Yeah, so it just, a part of me just kind of wants to wait to see the various ways that it's going to be released.
Hmm.
And like if it's going to be released through Prime or through YouTube, maybe supporting those platforms first, because they
Yeah.
still technically count. If you don't if you get FOMO real quick and you want to see it absolutely right now, then yeah, of course the streaming service is probably going to be the first place you're going to be able to see it. Now, whether or not this gets put into theaters, I think depends on the conversation that's happening online. If it has a big
Mhm.
enough movement online, then it will be put in theaters no matter what. And ultimately I think that's what the leak is really trying to do, right? Get the conversation started online. Having people go onto threads and Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and talk about like, oh, these leaks and it looks really cool and I really would really love to see this in theaters, and then having the creators come out and be like, oh man, we did this and we did that and this would look really cool at this aspect ratio and blah blah blah, right? That's how you get things into theaters. And again, I point towards the playbook of the Snyder Bros and the Deadpool and the Wile E. Coyotes out there, right? If you make a big enough stink online, you can get this back in the theaters. I I worry that if people go straight to the streaming service, although Paramount will see that and probably greenlight other projects, this project itself, I don't know if they're going to pay attention to it much, no matter how big those numbers get.
Hmm.
And that's what worries me. Like, what worries me is that we get onto Paramount, we watch this, and Paramount's like, okay, cool, people like the Avatar series, and so we're gonna greenlight the next project coming from Avatar Studio. But as far as this movie, we're gonna leave it on the streaming service, and eventually you can buy the physical copy at some point, or it releases to the other streaming services. I don't know. I don't think Netflix ever gets Paramount stuff, and I think the only one who could possibly get it is Amazon. But yeah, I think the conversation, what we're doing right now is the important thing, right? Talking about the bullshit of shelving a production that was originally supposed to be slated for the theaters, and talking about the clips or the stills that we've seen online, and how much we want to see that in theaters and experience it in theaters. You know, talking about the voice actors, right? Like the conversations I've been seeing a lot lately is people comparing the original voice actors, the from whenever they were younger, to the adult voice actors, right?
Mhm.
And you know, I think those conversations, if we're really gonna build hype behind the IP, that's where it needs to be happening. But you know, obviously, supporting the studio, supporting the movie becomes paramount if the hype isn't building enough online, right? But yeah,
No, I
there has to
think
be a
it's
campaign.
yeah, I think it's building enough online.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, keep it
I
up. I
think
think people need to
yeah.
continue to talk about it. Like
Mhm.
I know people hate this, but putting, you know, because the first thing that I ever came across was a fight scene of Toph, and it looked amazing. And I know people don't like this, but those clips are what's gonna build hype. The moment I saw that clip, you know, at first I thought it was AI because I didn't know that we were so close to the release date. But as soon as I saw that clip, I was like, dude, I got to see this movie. You know.
Mhm.
So yeah, the steals. Um, you know, I think the artists that work on there need to be putting out artwork. They need to be putting out clips. They need to blitz the internet and build hype behind it. Because what I'm afraid of is that eventually the movie gets lost in the streaming shuffle that is Paramount Plus, right? Like, you know, it gets released, and if there's not enough hype behind it, it just goes the way of every release on that streaming service. So yeah, I think it sucks, or it may not suck that it was leaked. I think the studio needs to be supported, and I think people need to see the movie and talk about it, and demand it be released in theaters. If the demand is high enough, it will happen.
I mean, I think I've seen enough support for it even when it got announced to just be released to streaming
Mm-hmm.
to Paramount. I think I've seen more than enough comments of people saying, "Well, I guess I'm gonna have to subscribe to Paramount, or I'm gonna have to use that free trial that month, or that sort of
Yeah,
thing."
I was thinking about the
Because
free trial too.
yeah, because a lot of people, a lot of people the fan base for Atla is so strong. I
Mm-hmm.
think it's one of the strongest. I think, it prides itself in being righteous, wanting
Mm-hmm.
to do the right thing.
Yeah.
So I think, and I think what came out of all this leaks is people reminding some of the people, yeah, it's exciting, like it, to have seen even just the characters, like just to see how they look and seeing some of the movement, like
Yeah.
that got people hyped. But people were also reminded, like, hey, we're part of this fan base. Like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
um, we grew up with this as children. Like, we can't disappoint, the creators and what we grew up learning.
Yeah.
We can't let go of that. So I think people were reminded, like, yeah, we need to show up. So if it is a stunt, I'm all for it. I hope that they release it in theaters. Obviously Paramount's gonna need the money
Yeah.
because
Yeah, for sure.
the yeah, the deal for Warner Brothers, it hasn't finalized yet. It's actually gonna finalize at the end of this year, which there's actually some news behind that that I read, which is pretty interesting.
Oh.
Um, but otherwise they're gonna need the money.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, if we can
Well,
use
the
that
good
as a
thing is,
segue.
yeah, the good thing is
Hmm.
we apparently this is the release of the movie has been pushed back again to October of this year. That
Mm.
could be a good thing, right? That
Maybe
could be
they're
more time to hype it
actually,
up. Yeah, more time to
or
hype
maybe
it
they're
up.
in talks to actually see if they can release it because
Yeah,
they have to buy, I think,
they have to
right?
buy
They
the
have to
theater space.
buy, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Yeah, so
never
maybe
know.
maybe it was delayed. Again, if the hype is built up enough, they will release it in theaters, especially if they think they're going to be able to make their money on it. Um yeah, yeah. Like I said, I kind of want to wait to see, especially if we have until October on what's going to happen cuz if I can see this in theaters, even better.
Oh yeah,
That's
I would
ultimately what I
love that
want.
so much. It's gonna be amazing.
Mhm.
I please, like, please release it in theaters.
Please.
Um,
that's what
yeah,
it
I
that's
think
what it
everybody
deserves.
is saying that. Like, please. Um, and the internet's been thirsty, so
Mhm.
they're going rabid for for
For
the
Zuko
character
and
designs. Oh yeah. They look pretty good. Um, but yeah, we can use that as a segue into the next topic briefly.
Mhm.
I read, did I type it out?
What?
Thought I did. I'm trying to find it in the thing. Um, did I write it somewhere? I guess I didn't. But some actors,
Mhm.
like 1,000 of them, actors,
Yes.
writers, um, directors have been signing this letter
Mhm.
um for for Hollywood to not allow the Paramount and Warner Brothers
I've seen that. Yeah.
deal. Yeah,
So they're trying to discourage the Netflix Paramount merger. Um
the Paramount Warner Brothers
Oh,
merger.
I'm sorry. Yes, the Paramount, not Netflix. I got it confused. But yes, the Paramount Warner Brothers merger. Do you remember the reasons they were listing for the petition?
The main one, I could have sworn I wrote it down. So let me look at my notes. Something about them worrying about. Okay, here it is. Yeah, I guess I didn't type it. Hollywood stars sign letter against Paramount Warner Brothers deal.
Mm-hmm.
Deal is set to wrap up later this year, pending shareholder and regulatory approval.
Mm-hmm.
More than 1,000 writers, actors, and directors signed, saying the deal would harm Hollywood's already distressed entertainment industry. So they're worried, I guess, because of it says distressed. I
Okay,
guess, how would you take that?
I would take that as they're worried about um, they're probably worried about the monopoly of Paramount taking over Warner Brothers and
Mm,
how we already have so few slots of movie companies releasing at certain time dates that this
yeah.
merger would only just reduce the amount of total studios that are releasing movies in theaters
Hmm.
is what I would take that as, because as far as like any kind of distress that the entertainment business is going through, um, uh, yeah, monopolies I would figure is at the top of everybody's mind.
Hmm.
I mean, that's just one less studio that's able to hire actors, one less studio that's able to hire production crew, one less
Yeah.
studio that's able to make movies outside of the others. So yeah, I would figure that would put a huge strain on the not only the job market, the Hollywood job market, but also on the consumer side, the amount of movies that you're going to be getting per year.
Mm. But I thought that was an interesting thing that
Yeah.
I didn't know was happening. I also learned that the deal hasn't finalized yet, that it actually takes some time, which
Mm-hmm.
when you put more thought into it makes sense because it's not like these are like
Oh yeah.
billion dollar
Oh yeah, for
companies. It's
sure.
not going to happen
And then
in a
of course,
week
yeah, you also
even.
need the FCC approval of it as well. So even though on paper, they may be purchasing Warner Brothers, if for some reason the FCC decides that this is a bad merger, and even Trump has some say over whether or not the merger goes through. you know
What?
yeah, yeah, he
That's
has.
crazy.
Mm-hmm. He has some say over these kind of mergers. So yeah, that's the reason why a lot of people try to get favors through him.
Mm.
It's because he does have power in that arena.
Is it because he's the president
Yeah, it's
and
specifically
he's
because he's the
supposed to
president.
like, and this could affect the economy? Is
Uh,
that why
I think. Hold
the
on, let
president
me check to be
technically
sure.
has? Because that's kind of crazy.
Let's see. Um, let's see. So the president has influence or veto power over large mergers for antitrust violations, because it could harm competition, consumers, and workers. So yeah, it's a economic issue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if
Yeah,
for
that's the
some
only
reason the
reason.
president comes in and says that this is more harmful to the economy than it helps, then they can literally stop the merger from happening.
Because these are billion-dollar companies.
Oh yeah, because these are
Yeah, that's why.
gigantic mergers. Yeah, they
That's
affect the
interesting.
economy in a big way.
Yeah, that I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. But also, I guess not cool right now.
Depending, yeah, depending on your
Depending
administration,
on
it
who
could either
the
be good or it
administration
could
is.
be like self-serving,
Yeah,
and that's what's bad about the whole thing.
but good to know that tidbit of what is it? Not lore. What is it called?
Um,
Fact?
yeah, yeah,
That's
political
not really the
process.
word. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. You know
I
what? Speaking
forgot
of
the word.
which, can
Hmm.
I segue into another related topic that I
Yeah.
came across? So not only is this petition going on because of the merger, um, Hollywood in general is facing gigantic shakeups, and one of them is coming from Disney. So I ran across this earlier in the week. Disney is in the process of gigantic layoffs within their various
Yeah.
branches. So not only in the movie sector, but they're also doing it a lot of layoffs through ESPN, their sports branch, as well as their TV branches. So this is like across the board. And one of the studios that's being hit real hard is the MCU. So, you know how earlier we were talking about all the creatives that were behind Avatar Studio, talking about the leak. There was also a number of artists that handle the pre-production, which is the visual design of the MCU. And they recently were all over the internet talking about being laid off uh, from the MCU through Disney. Let me see if I can find what I wrote here. So Marvel has been hit with layoffs as part of job cuts at Disney, affecting up to 1,000 people, according to Deadline. The layoffs are apparently affected Marvel's operations in both New York and Burbank, which is California, and it includes everything from the comics to TV to film production, as well as finance and legal departments. The losses, or at least the most visual job losses, have been out of the visual department, and they essentially have been they're not really laid off, but they're no longer on salary, and they're being turned into contractors.
Freelance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. They're going freelance, and they're going to be hired project to project. I've seen a lot of influencers online talk about that. The FX houses went through this same process a number of years ago, where if you turn these artists or creators into contractors, then it forces the creators to compete amongst each other to see who can get the most work at the lowest amount of money, which is extremely messed up. Um, and that's what ended up causing a gigantic strain amongst the special effect houses back in the day, whenever we were getting movies like um, Quantumania and Multiverse of Madness, where people were complaining about how the special effects looked. And they're saying that we're kind of witnessing the same thing here, and that it could affect the way, since the artists that they're laying off are pre-production, and they have a gigantic hand on how the MCU looks and how the story is told. They're saying that it could affect the movies negatively in that regard, which worries the ever living hell out of me.
Hmm.
Let's see, they one artist named Wesley Burt made a post that said, the irony of having a one-on-one HR layoff meeting in the conference room with my Loki mural art on it.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, dude, that is brutal. That is absolutely brutal. Um, Now, as far as the reasons they were saying why these layoffs are happening, obviously, there's a new CEO of Disney, and he is coming in, pretty much doing the exact same thing Bob Iger did, where they're just trying to cut as much cost as possible, and this could be overall just a byproduct of the economy as a whole. Um, Polygon, one of Polygon's sources said that Marvel greatly expanded the development team during the push for more Disney Plus episodic content, and that the layoffs are a contraction based on the direction of the studio. So what they're saying is that whenever Disney was trying to milk Marvel for content whenever they first launched Disney Plus, Marvel expanded their visual development team in order to get all this content out, and since obviously the economy's doing bad, and since you're having a contracting of Disney itself, that's the reason why a lot of these layoffs are happening in that department, which I think is interesting. There have been rumors that AI might be playing a part in this, but it's not really substantiated much. One of the anonymous sources for Polygon said, "I can tell you that it's not because of AI, because they are planning on rehiring, but on a freelance basis."
Yeah.
But there is no guarantee that AI is not playing a part of this whatsoever. Um, uh, Oh man, did I put that in my notes? I don't remember if I put that in my notes or not. Apparently, on one of the movies, and the anonymous source didn't say which movie specifically, but there was a director that had brought a visual team with them instead of using the in-house team, and that visual team had used AI images. So that's
Mhm.
why that fear is kind of lingering a bit with these layoffs. But yeah, man, it really sucks that we're starting to see all these companies downsizing across the board and a lot of creatives losing their jobs like this.
Yeah.
But yeah, whenever I came across that, I was really bummed out about it. It seems as if the creative world is taking a major hit, especially amongst theatrical releases. I don't
Mhm.
I don't like it. First, it's Avatar Studio. Now it's the MCU. What else is happening out there?
Mhm.
I don't like it at all, man. Um, that kind of reminds me of I don't know what topic do you want to tackle next?
Um, let's see. Oh, I guess we could go into this one
Mm-hmm.
since it kind of goes into leaking.
Yeah,
Because you were saying you don't think like in the year 2026 things could get leaked pretty
yeah, yeah.
easily. Or at least I would think in this last 5 years.
Right.
But there was a leak,
Oh
or at least a
shit.
hack.
Yeah.
Rockstar Games was hacked
Oh.
by a group called Shiny Hunters.
Oh
Uh,
damn. Yeah.
Specifically, their properties or stuff revolving around GTA 6.
Oh,
Um,
people finally
and
got tired of waiting, man.
they were they were they released like a ransom note or something.
Oh
Like
shit.
they were like, Rockstar, if you don't pay this ransom, we're gonna we're gonna start leaking stuff. Um, I didn't read any other articles coming out during the week though, because this
Mm-hmm.
happened like earlier this week,
Yeah.
and I just read another article like the same day that Rockstar wasn't worried
Yeah.
about about the hack, so I thought that was pretty funny.
Let me
But
just say, hold on, let me just
uh-huh.
say that this is the most GTA thing that could ever happen to Rockstar.
Yeah.
Somebody hacks your shit and then takes one of your IPs for hostage, saying that you need to give me a ransom if you don't want me to leak GTA 6. I mean, damn, the irony is palpable.
hmm But yeah, they're not worried. But this isn't, so maybe this leak is fake, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there was another hack for GTA
Jesus.
6 in 2022.
Uh huh.
And this goes into that earlier conversation that
Right.
maybe, these companies should be better by now, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, so this is allegedly the second hack in the last 5 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the first one happened in 2022 by an 18-year-old, and he only used an Amazon Fire Stick
Jesus
to
Christ.
to hack Rockstar Games. And he was going to stand trial for it. That's how serious it was. That's
Wow.
how real it was.
Yeah.
Um, but then I read that he was sentenced to life at a secure hospital, and I was just like, what did this kid do? Like
Seriously.
with this hacking. So I looked more into it. I was like, why is the kid who hacked them like sentenced to life?
Uh huh.
Um, so apparently he's has acute autism. He
Oh.
was deemed unfit to stand trial.
Uh huh.
And while in custody, he was deemed too violent. So that's why he's sentenced to life. But
Oh, damn.
the fact that he was even gonna stand trial meant that the hacks was real, you know?
So
So,
here we have a Rain Man hacking into a gaming company
mhm,
to get his hands on GTA 6.
it's kind of
Jesus,
crazy.
man. That's crazy.
Or just leak it. Like,
You know?
I was reading more stuff about him, and
Mm-hmm.
like he was just like threatening, like in line with his violent tendencies apparently, but he was just like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do it again, and it's gonna be even worse." He just kept saying stuff like that,
Jesus
and
Christ.
you know,
Yeah.
um, crazy stuff. But
Hmm.
it's crazy that this has happened not once but twice for the same game, for the
Yeah.
same company.
People really want that game out already.
Mhm.
Rockstar's
They
been
do.
sitting on it for the good part of 10 years plus now.
That's crazy.
But now that you mention it, the fact that these hackers can try to get these IPs in such a way, I mean, it's so targeted.
Mhm.
That's insane. That's insane. I mean, maybe the leak wasn't intentional. Maybe somebody was just like, "That's it, Paramount. I'm sick of your shit. you're not
Yeah.
releasing the Legend of Aang. I'm gonna do it
Mhm.
myself." I don't know. It could be a protest hack. Yeah.
Could be anything, really.
Damn,
Not
that's crazy,
nowadays.
man. But yeah, I don't put it past people nowadays. That's nuts. It boggles my mind, and it's so hard to figure out what these companies are doing, and then what links fans are willing to go to in order to in order to stick it to the man. Um,
Mhm.
but we need them to not stick it to movie studios, but instead just stick it to we got a government that could really use some motivation. I didn't say that. You did, that, that's in Minecraft, right? In Minecraft, they need motivation in Minecraft.
Here.
what other topic could we tackle?
Uh, is there something you want to talk about,
Yeah,
or
so
we keep going?
so in relation to movie studios, movies coming out, CinemaCon happened last week. I don't know if you've seen all the stuff coming out of there.
Mm-mm.
Um, Recently, Sony's CEO, I believe his name is Tom Rothman. He took the stage early during the con, kind of complaining about the state of movie theaters, and I kind of wanted to get your take on this and see what you think, because you're as big of a movie buff as I am. So
Mm-hmm.
recently he took to the stage, and he tells theaters to enforce longer windows, to scrap the pre-ads, and to offer cheaper tickets for long-term health of the movie industry. Specifically, he says um, that theaters need to enforce longer windows, even if it means that you can't play every single film. He says to get rid of the endless advertising and substantially shorten the long pre shows that some, and not all of you, have, and get off the ad track, he says. And finally, he says three, affordability is by far the hardest. Going to the movies must become affordable again. So what do you think? Do you think that he's tapping into something here, that it may not be the movie or the movie studios that are the issue with movie attendance, but instead something that the theaters are possibly getting wrong or making more difficult? What do you think?
It. It is expensive to go to the theaters, I can agree.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm thinking because I have a subscription membership thing
Oh,
to
do you have
Cinemark.
like Premiere,
I have
AMC
Cinemark.
Premiere, or
Cinemark?
oh, Cinemark? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I have them. So I get discounts and stuff.
Yeah.
But that's a monthly subscription. I still pay, a thing to make it more affordable. So
Right.
essentially, you know, it's a win-win, but only for Cinemark, really?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, I'm only getting those cheaper rates because I'm paying a subscription.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, I can totally agree because from my standpoint, I can kind of afford it because, I don't have like strong obligations
Mm-hmm.
money-wise, but like I can see for people who do that
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to enjoy going to the movies.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I'm all for it, Anything
Yeah.
to make things cheaper. But if the question being if that's really the theater's fault or the studio's fault?
Mm-hmm.
That was your question, right?
Well, it's
That
one of
the
those
movies that
things.
are coming out are
Mm-hmm.
not generating enough popularity to the
Or
theaters?
maybe it's like I wonder as far as the business of movie theaters, because what he's talking about is like essentially the operations of movie theaters, like how long they keep a movie, or how long they keep a movie in theaters, how many screens it offers a particular movie. Like whenever he was saying that they need to enforce longer windows. I wish I knew the process of whenever a movie's released, whether or not the studio buys the space within these theaters, or whether or not how long a movie is in, or how long a movie is in a theater is the theater's choice itself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes a movie can be in a theater for 4 6 weeks depending on how popular it is, and then sometimes it's only in there for 2 3 weeks, right? If it's an absolute dud. And I wonder if that's a business decision on the theater's behalf, right? Or if the movie studios are more okay with having a longer window so their movies can gain more word of mouth, or obviously it'll make more money the longer it's in theaters, but it comes at the cost of, well, what if a new movie comes out, or what if they want to make room for another franchise that's coming through, or some sort of cinema event that they're going to be having. And then he goes on to talk about even the ads that the movie theaters show before movies. I guess what I was noticing, and what I thought was odd, is that here you have a movie studio, and they're saying, "Hey, I would really like you guys to keep our movies in your theaters longer, right?" But then it sounds like these are just business decisions that theaters are making depending on what they can afford, right? So let's say Cinemark or an AMC says, okay, we can keep your movie in our theater for this long, but it's not cost effective for us to keep the movie on longer, or maybe because it's not cost effective, that's why they have to run so many ads before a movie. Like we've all seen the 30 45 minute ads that happen, and I'm not even talking about the previews, I'm talking about like the the pre-shows that they have for these movies, right? Where like they're doing like these games, and they're doing like these behind the scenes stuff, and they're advertising TV shows and all that stuff. Like that's bought ad space from different studios, different production companies, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I can assume that the only reason theaters do this is to make money. It's the same reason why, getting a bucket of popcorn is so expensive, right? It's the theaters trying to make money. So I guess my question now is, if a movie studio is saying like, "Hey, we need longer windows so movies can be successful," or "Hey, we you need to reduce the amount of ads so these movies can be more successful," um, or like you need to make this stuff more affordable. It kind of sounds like the horse or the carriage leading the horse, right?
Mm.
Because I guess I don't know how much economic power do these or do these production companies have over the movie theaters themselves, right? It's not like I don't know if movie production companies are paying these theaters to keep their movies in there longer, or if it's just a business decision on the theater's behalf,
Yeah.
you know. So it's kind of weird how a production company would come out and be like, "Hey, if you want our movies to be more successful and if you want to make more money, like you kind of have to take a hit." But on the other hand, movie theaters are like, I don't want to take that financial hit. Like maybe you just need to bring us better movies, you know?
Mm.
So like I guess that's the weird tug of war that I'm noticing here.
Yeah, it's a weird paradox.
Mhm.
Like they kind of like like you said, the carriage metaphor. It's
Yeah.
like a dog chasing its tail.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's what it
you
seems
know,
like.
because they're both the perpetrators.
Mhm.
Like, but it's like the Spider-Man meme.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, like everybody's pointing at everybody else, being like, "Hey,
yeah,
this is your fault."
for doing this thing. Yeah, but the reality is you're all the thing. You're
Yeah,
all
yeah. It's
Spider-Man.
like
So
you
you
guys
should,
need to work together on this.
yeah,
Well,
you're
it
all the
reminds
problem.
me. It reminds me. Okay, so this past week, I don't know if you heard about it, but did you hear about Infinity Vision that's coming out of Disney?
No,
Okay,
what is
so
that?
Infinity Vision is this new. It's essentially the a competitor against IMAX, coming from Disney itself. Um, so it's essentially Disney saying like, "Hey, we're gonna have a specific certification that a movie theater has to meet in order to get this in order to get this Infinity Vision logo or seal of approval applied to the movie, our movies that you're showcasing in your theater, right?" And essentially, um, the specifics of Infinity Vision are that only the largest screens in a complex qualify, and it focuses specifically on vertical height and a immersive field of view, right? That the it has to have laser projection. So the certification requires high contrast laser projection systems to ensure the brightness and color accuracy of Disney's HDR heavy Marvel and Star Wars films, right? And then it has to have spatial audio that will is pretty much just like a high channel count audio formats. So that way it gets, I think it was like Dolby Digital 7 or something like that, right? And if theaters meet these criterias, then they get the Infinity Vision stamp of approval, and then they can advertise that this is a MCU movie in Infinity Vision, right? And this is in contrast to IMAX, right? Where in IMAX, I believe IMAX is only has certifications for like um I think they call it premium large format certifications, whereas like your screen has to be a certain size and a certain aspect ratio, and there has to be like a certain surround sound for the theaters, and that in turn certifies it as an IMAX. And the reason Disney is doing this is because of the competition that's coming on later this year between Dune 3 and Avengers Doomsday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, both of these movies are going to be competing for IMAX screens, right? So essentially,
Mm.
this is Disney saying, oh, well, we're not going to be competing for IMAX screens because now we have Infinity Vision. And if theaters want this Infinity Vision label, then they have to show our movie. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So whenever I was looking into this, um, let's see, they were saying that um, Dune 3 reportedly has IMAX screens locked down for 3 week exclusive window, a 3 week exclusive window this December. Um, and since Doomsday is slanted for the same time, there apparently Disney didn't secure these contracts, which is why essentially they're making this Infinity Vision,
Mm.
so that they can compete. And again, um, just like with the Sony Pictures CEO saying that, hey, theaters, we need you to do better. Now you have two gigantic studios. Which who produces Dune again? What movie? What production company creates that?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Let's see, Dune
I haven't seen
movie
the other
production
ones.
company. It's legendary. It's Warner Brothers. Warner
Oh.
Brothers is the parent company. Um, so Jesus Christ, man. So yeah, essentially you have two production companies, Disney and Warner Brothers, who are competing for this time slot, and it's just putting further strain on movie theaters, or at least that's the way I'm
Mm.
I'm seeing it, right? Like you have Disney saying, "Well, if you want this very special label that we just created that guarantees customers that they're getting the very best IMAX picture or large format picture that they can have, then you need this label." And so I could only assume that that puts financial strain on the theater. And whenever you put financial strain on the theater, guess what happens? They pass that cost on down to the customer.
Yeah.
you know? And it just feels like, it's like you said, it feels like a dog chasing its tail right now, man.
Hmm.
I don't, it sucks movie as a movie buff and somebody who grew up loving to go to theaters, because for those of us who don't have subscriptions, right? I'm paying over $50 to go watch a movie,
Hmm.
and that's not even including concession, right? Which concession's going to add an additional $20-$30 to the overall bill, right? So $80 to go see a movie, um, and that's insane. And who's to blame? I don't know. Who do you think is to blame for this?
Everybody. Everybody.
Everybody.
Well, I mean, theaters, when you think about it, theaters have to do that, have to hike up their prices because
Yeah. Yeah.
running all that electricity is not cheap.
No. No,
Like
not in the
that's a lot of
slightest.
electricity that they run. Um, so yeah, it would be nice to know how getting like who buys the movies to get screened,
Mm-hmm.
how that process works, because that would definitely answer the big question, like who is to blame here? Because it, you know,
Yeah.
I think you'd have to pay attention to what happened with Markiplier's movie,
Mm-hmm.
because I think that answers it. I just can't remember what right now, but
Yeah.
I think it's the movie theaters that buy the screening.
I
Um,
just looked it up.
because he said that he was having a hard time getting his movie to screening, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then because of the outcry of the fans, Cinemark was like, "We'll screen your movie."
Hmm.
Um, and I think that kind of helps answer the question, who buys the movie? Is that how it is for every movie? I
So
don't think so,
so I
but I
just
don't
looked it
know.
up. I
Mhm.
just looked it up, and apparently it says that production companies and distributors typically do not pay theaters to show their movies. Instead, they share the box office revenue, with theaters often keeping a smaller percentage of ticket sales and studios taking the majority. Studios usually get about 50 to 60% of US ticket sales, a figure that increases 60 to 70% in the opening weekends. So it looks as if that there's a revenue split between the theater and the production company, with the production company getting the lion's share. So, that I don't that's interesting. So, the movie theaters make money for having certain movies in their theaters. But it's not it's it sounds as if it's not enough, which is why movie theaters have end up charging more for concessions, um, and for the type of seat that you decide to get, right? Like whether or not you're going to be watching an IMAX film, an Infinity Vision film, or what's the other one called? The Dolby Digital films.
Mhm.
Like there's different label, different types of screens that you can watch a film on, right?
Mhm.
It's such a weird symbiotic relationship between the production companies and theaters. I don't know. I can't tell the difference between the head and the tail anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Golly, man, that's insane. So with the CEO, Sony Pictures CEO asking theaters to keep a movie, I don't know. I don't know. At the end of the day, it just kind of sounds like a movie theater has to, or a production company just has to bring the crowds into the theaters to begin with. Like
Mm.
you build a big enough movie that people want to see, then in turn they make money and theaters make money.
Mm.
Maybe it's the fact that we just don't have that many movies in theaters nowadays. And maybe that kind of calls back to why people don't want Paramount buying out Warner Brothers. If it reduces the amount of movies that's coming out of either studio, then you have less movies in theaters, and less movies in theaters means that movie theaters aren't making as much money, which then they have to supplement their income by doing ads or shortening windows of release or charging more for concessions. And it's just a tail eating its own snake. I mean, the snake eating its own tail.
Mhm.
Holy crap, man. That's so confusing. So confusing.
Yeah.
All right, what do you want to tackle next?
Um, what would you like to talk about?
Let's see.
You want me to keep
Yeah, let's
going?
um let's talk about what's happening with Wit Studio, and that can possibly lead us into the TikTok.
Oh, it's just a brief one.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it is disappointing though.
Yeah.
Um, so Wit Studio, the animation studio responsible for Attack on Titan, Spy
Mm-hmm.
Family, Vinland Saga, big animes. This
Yeah.
isn't a tiny one. They have admitted to using AI in an opening song for this anime, the season 4 release of this anime, Ascendance of a Bookworm,
Mm-hmm.
or the backgrounds in the opening.
Huh.
Um, Yeah, they had to admit to it because people, they were watching the anime and
Yeah.
then they looked at the opening song and thought, "Huh, those backgrounds look really fishy. Like
Oh God.
those look like really weird patterns,"
Mm-hmm.
meaning they don't look like patterns. They look very AI.
Yeah.
So they
Very
admitted to it.
algorithmic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. But they had to admit to it. So, they apparently had outsourced that opening to another studio, which is not uncommon.
Yeah.
They'll
Yeah.
outsource, I guess they would outsource the openings or certain lengths of the episode itself, this,
Mm-hmm.
that, the other, to different studios. So they outsourced the opening to Namhai Art Studio. I don't know their credentials, but I just know that that's who they outsourced it to. Um, the director and animator, Terumi Nishi,
Mm-hmm.
uh, of Wit Studio, claimed that this may have been due to shortcomings in their production management and inspection systems at Wit Studio. Um, they didn't throw the animation studio responsible under the bus.
Mm-hmm.
Like they weren't like, oh, this was fully their responsibility, da da da. But the director animator, Mr. Nishi, he had he also claimed that the studios or other studios or his
Mm-hmm.
studios, I don't know, have already used AI to generate rough drafts for direction corrections
Damn
in
it. Yeah.
animes. Yeah. And there's a quote, making it difficult to spot when scenes are outsourced to other production companies that use AI. So, and this kind of ties into something I didn't type up in the document.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently there's another anime studio that's like bankrupt.
Ooh.
I can't remember which one, but they're producing some pretty high-end ones right now, like some
Mm-hmm.
pretty popular ones. I think one of them is called Sentenced to Be a Hero.
Yes. Yeah,
That
I've heard
that
about that.
animation studio. So
Yeah.
they're bankrupt.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh
this kind
wow.
of ties into um this topic
Mm-hmm.
that anime studios are relying on AI because of the turnout that they're expecting. Like anime is so popular right now, and
Mm-hmm.
they're putting so much strain on these studios to just keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing,
Mm-hmm.
And I have to kind of agree. I mean, there was a point in my time where I wasn't really watching animes as frequently as I would have wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
And I grew up in a time where you kind of had to just pirate it because
Yeah.
there was no real way, streaming services
Oh yeah,
didn't
for sure.
exist, and so you just watched it on YouTube at really bad FPS in like three
In three
parts
different
or whatever.
segments. Yeah.
Yeah, the fun days. But
Right.
like I don't remember this much anime ever being churned out.
Oh
So,
no, not at
yeah,
all.
I'm not surprised that these companies, are having to rely on AI or they're going bankrupt because
Mm-hmm.
they can't keep up with the cost. Which I hope they're going bankrupt because they have to pay their animators because,
I I don't
I
know,
don't want
man.
I don't want them to
Yeah.
go bankrupt, but I would hope that
Yeah.
they're going bankrupt. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But all in all, it's kind of sad because it just points to why AI kind of exists in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
People just want entertainment.
They
Like
want a
we're on
product.
our yeah, we're on our phones all the
Mm-hmm.
time. We're on our all these things all the time, and we just want to be entertained
Mm-hmm.
with moving pictures on your screen. And that's why AI exists in the first place, because people just want this stuff put out at the second that you think of it.
Yeah.
And it's really sad to
Mm-hmm.
see that that's just how it's going. Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's one of those things where I I miss the days where whenever this is gonna sound terrible, but I do miss the days whenever anime came out more scarcely, right? Because
Yeah.
yeah, you would get a season, you didn't know whether or not you were gonna get a second season, right? Like getting a second season to an anime was almost unheard of back in the day, unless you were like one of the big ones, right? Like if you were a Dragon Ball Z, or if you were a Sailor Moon, or if you were a let's see, what was the One Piece back in the day, right? Like you were pretty confident you were gonna get more seasons. But if you were a fan of, uh, Cowboy Bebop or Trigun or Gundam, right? Like you didn't know whether or not you were gonna get another installment, or at least the same kind of installment after your favorite season was over, which is why like you would normally get a 12 episode season or a 24 episode season, because they wanted to get that story out as much as possible, right? But as an anime fan, right, that also allowed you to take a look at other properties that you may or may not like, right? Take a look at, a different anime that was coming out from a different studio, and figure out, that there seemed to be a motivation to kind of like branch out your tastes. You know what I mean? As
Mm-hmm.
opposed to now, it's like, dude, one season is over, and fans are automatically like, hey man, like, am I gonna get something next year? Am I gonna have to wait 2 years for this? And God forbid a fan has to wait 3 years for another season to come around. Or they're always asking for the next season and the next season and the next season, and it's just like, we know it's weird, but anime's going in the same direction as Western animations, where there doesn't seem to be an end to some properties,
Mm-hmm.
or it's like there's a constant extension, or there is a spin-off story, or there just seems to be like, if an IP is popular enough, they want to try to churn out as much and squeeze out as much out of that IP as they can. um and that kind of sucks. That kind of as an
Yeah.
like as an anime fan, I'm happy with the amount of variety that we get, right? Like nobody can argue that there isn't an anime out there for just about everyone, right? I mean, the variety out there is so vast, and I love that as a fan. I love that I can go look at something and see if I like it, and different genres I can explore, right? Like there's never been more anime that exists today than has ever existed in my lifetime. But that also means that the fans are extremely spoiled now.
Mm-hmm.
And they push these studios to ungodly production turnarounds, and that really that as a creator, right? I look at that and I'm like, oh dude. As a fan, you're like, yay, more content. But as a creator, right, you're sitting there going, oh god, like, you poor son of a bitch. Like I don't
Yeah.
envy you in the slightest, like, are you getting paid enough? Are you getting sleep? Do they feed you? Blink twice
Which
if they don't
they
feed
aren't,
you,
you
you know?
know. They're not paying them enough at all.
Exactly. And overworking the hell out of them,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's dude, being an artist is not for the weak. And especially nowadays. And it really sucks that an anime studio is going bankrupt like that. Yeah, I feel bad for
Yeah.
them. But then, and now that they are becoming content beasts, they're turning to AI. And I don't know, man. We're going down the wrong path. We're going down the wrong path. I think, I don't know, you tell me. Do fans need to suck it up and know and not always ask for a second season right away, you know, or or what? Well, what do you think?
Yeah, we need to grow more patient. So
Mm-hmm.
this is why I like the studio that does um Demon Slayer,
Mm-hmm.
because yes, those seasons and those movies take a long time to release, but
Yeah.
they take their time to create what they've created so far, and they've released the process of them making what they've made. And
Mm-hmm.
you know, and that fan base is patient. Like,
Yeah.
so I think if that fan base can be patient and
The
really
rest of them
appreciate,
can, right?
really appreciate the art form,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we just need to, and that comes with that, like just appreciating the art form. And that's why people like AI, because they don't appreciate the art form,
Yeah.
sadly. Like, you
Yeah.
don't know that it looks like shit because you don't know how to
Mm-hmm.
appreciate art. Sadly,
Yeah.
sorry, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna call you out
They're
there. You just
yeah.
don't know.
You're absolutely right. They hunt out the content rather than looking for peak. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
that's a huge problem because if you're only looking for content, then yeah, you don't care about the quality as much. You only care about getting something that's flashy and pretty and
That
you know
slightly resembles something
exactly.
like.
Yeah. Yeah, like we need to be demanding peak here. We need to be patient for peak. not
Yes,
not
exactly.
content slop, you know?
We need to learn how to look at things objectively.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we need to learn how to consume things
Yeah.
and how to
Yeah.
be patient
Yeah.
for the good things. Like, go read a book, like
Yeah.
a book written by a human, not like
Yeah.
because everything's being done by AI now. But
Right?
just
you need to
just
become art connoisseurs and not, not content pigs. You know what I mean?
or pick up a hobby, like go go play a video game, or
Mm-hmm.
learn how to draw, or learn how to make something from your hands. Like, that's,
Mm-hmm.
I attribute it to artists, of patience. Like, we certainly, I would be very surprised to meet an artist who's not patient,
Mm-hmm.
because it's in our practice
It's in our
to have
trade,
to,
yeah.
yeah, we have to be patient. So I implore everybody to just go pick up a creative hobby.
Yeah,
Learn some
man.
patience.
Figure out. Even I had to have a spiritual awakening. Thanks to Lily here. Whenever it comes to animation, even I had to say like, "Hey, man, then let me take a look at how hard animation is and what it takes to do it, and maybe I need to not judge certain content so harshly, or like, dude, like sometimes you gotta, in order to appreciate something, you gotta understand how it's made,
Mhm, mhm.
and yeah, man, I think, I don't know, we've become a content consuming society right now, and that definitely needs to change. That's probably
Mhm.
a byproduct of the Instagrams and TikToks of the world,
Capitalism.
Yeah. Which perfectly
Basically,
segues into the
the next topic.
yeah, the TikTok um
Oh, the
topic
topic
that
I
you have
typed up.
here. Yeah.
So I don't know if you've seen these. I have. Um, but there are these videos that have been circulating around, namely on TikTok. They'll leak onto Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
here and there. Sometimes a YouTube short, but namely for TikTok, because there's the TikTok shop, right?
Mm-hmm.
Keep companies, drop shipping companies
Oh
mainly,
God. Yes.
have been using AI to create these videos that look
Mm-hmm.
like real people.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're working hard on like a handbag or something, or
Mm-hmm.
right now it's these Super Mario themed resin lamps because the movie just came out, right? That's what's
Mm-hmm.
circulating right now.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be like this guy or this girl,
Yeah.
like um and there's a comment that says, "Oh, no one's gonna buy your like shitty lamps," and then it's the person commenting like, "I'm a single dad who lives in a garage
Mm-hmm.
and makes these resin lamps in the garage. Please help me out," that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Some stupid story like that, right? Not saying that that isn't real, but not in this case.
Mm-hmm.
They generate this sob story to get people to buy these items. And I've looked around because I was like, are these real? Are
Mm-hmm.
these people, are these drop shipping companies or whatever, are these just scammers? Because that's also been a thing that's been
Oh, for sure.
going
Yeah.
around for the dawn of internet time,
Yeah. Yeah. It
scam
just comes with
sites.
the territory. It's
Yeah.
just the
But
introduction of eBay.
yeah, basically. But I've looked around and yeah, sure enough, you can buy these items, like they exist.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the quality of the items is mixed reviews. Like I've seen some, like for the resin lamps namely, and it looks like the real deal,
Mm-hmm.
but like I said, these are drop shipped items, so they're made really cheaply. Um, but they use these sub stories saying that they're handmade by this single person.
Mm-hmm.
So they're marked up to like not stupid prices, but more of a stupid price than it should be.
Yeah.
You know
An
what I mean?
artisan price,
Exactly,
unfortunately.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
so
that's what's been going around, and you
so
guys need to be careful.
what's funny is whenever I saw this topic of yours, I was like, a light bulb clicked in my head because I've been noticing these videos as well, but they're very algorithm specific, right? So the ones
Oh, okay.
I've been getting, so you've been getting the Super Mario ones, right? And remember, we listen and we don't judge, okay?
Okay.
But I've been getting goth mommies, right? That will so they're like, so in the video they'll be like, "Oh, everyone says that I'm an OnlyFans girl, but in reality, this is what I do." And it shows like at first it shows her doing the typical goth mommy poses and all that, and then all of a sudden she's in like this welder's hat and she's like welding some metal, and then they start showing these drop ship watches, drop ship
I've seen
jewelry.
those too. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen those too. I've seen like handbags. Well, okay,
Yeah.
I've not seen the Super Mario ones. Those
Uh-huh.
aren't my algorithm.
Oh,
I
those
just
aren't?
saw those. Yeah, I just saw this as an article on Polygon because Polygon's mainly a video game
Right, right.
centered news site. So
Mm-hmm.
they wrote about it. But the way I was introduced to this AI slop videos was not the goth mommies.
That's probably a me thing. I get it.
I those come across sometimes
Mm-hmm.
because, that's the aesthetic I like
Right.
going for. Like I like dressing up kind of like that. But the ones I've seen are for handbags, like dragon shaped handbags.
Yeah, yeah. Mine are like dragon shaped watches.
What?
And yeah, yeah, like dragon shaped watches or dragon shaped watch faces, or like rings with dragon heads on them, stuff like that.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, looks really cool.
Yeah.
And a part of me is like, do I? No, 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 no. Because the thing is, I noticed it whenever I first saw it. I didn't know whether or not it was real. Like it actually threw me, right? Like AI is
Yeah,
getting
me
really
too.
good. It's getting to the point where you can't. It's getting harder to tell whether or not you're watching a real person. And whenever I first saw it, I was like, oh, good for her, right? Like she has a metal object hobby, like awesome. That's good for her, right? But then I started thinking about it, and I'm like, okay, why? What's this? Only OnlyFans. Um, uh, what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? Where you're publicly trying to decry something, not
Bait?
liable or slander, right? So what's this only girls slander, and that you're really this metal wielding goth mommy,
Yeah.
and so I started looking into it, and then I ran across another video a couple of days later where this guy, I follow this one specific creator where he breaks down AI scams, right, that are out there, and people trying to convince the general public that AI videos are real, and he'll point out what to look for in these
Oh,
videos,
that's
and
cool.
he actually covered these weird drop ship accounts where they're just using AI people to sell, and like this weird narrative of like it seems as if the narratives are either trying to pull at your heartstrings or try to make you like angry kind of in order to support somebody.
Yeah.
um yeah, it's really weird, man. It's really weird. A part of me is like impressed that these drop shippers are going to that level, but Jesus Christ, is it
I know.
just ethically so
It's
wrong,
very
man?
predatory.
Yeah, very predatory, very there's there's got to be a line in the sand on like what's ethically okay whenever you're trying to sell something to someone. And I mean, this goes beyond the pale, I think.
I mean, some people just don't care.
Oh,
Like,
for sure. Yeah, some
people
people,
really don't care about people like scamming people because
Mhm.
that's the thing, right? Like this this could be affecting actual people who do hand make stuff
Yeah, yeah,
and
actual
actually have like
artisans.
this unfortunate sob story.
Mhm.
Uh to to call it that. I shouldn't have called it that. Like a really sad backstory, you know?
Yeah, yeah, something
And they're
that's
just
gonna,
trying to make a living.
yeah, trying to
And then these
emotionally.
people come along
Mhm.
and like essentially piggyback off of that. And
Oh
then
my
now
god,
people are
dude.
gonna be like, you're fake. You're not real,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And that sucks.
Mhm. It's true. It's true. Like AI has made it to the point where, hey, we've said it a million times, but you can't trust what you see out there.
Hmm.
Um, and I'm glad that there's creators out there that are trying to educate others. I mean, crap, man. I see relatives fall for this stuff all the time, and
Mm.
I mean, educate your relatives out there, folks. Just do what you can. Hopefully, we're doing our part on the stream, letting you know that if you see a goth mommy who's also a welder and selling jewelry, that's probably not a real person. Or if it's a single father trying to support his 5 kids, it's probably not not a real person trying to
That's
sell
bad.
ceramic Mario's. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a weird world out there. I don't like it. I
But
don't like it.
I could go into this other thing
Yeah.
though that I saw it on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it was pretty funny. Uh, I guess this guy was trying to be satirical, but he had opened his TikTok shop to sell these.
Mm-hmm.
I guess to make it seem more real. But he was actually like selling organic sticks from his
I've seen this
backyard
guy
on
before.
his TikTok. Yeah,
He's
he
got like
popped
long
up
hair,
just a
right?
bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of them is also a video of him holding like a sandwich bag, and it's like, I have this organic fresh air from my backyard. And then it'll say on the thing, because it'll
Mm-hmm.
tell you how many have been purchased,
Yeah.
and it was a lot. And I don't know if that's real, but that's what I was thinking. Is this guy doing it for the joke, and then people are like buying it for the joke? Because
He's
that's
got to
even
be.
funnier.
It's gotta be.
Like,
Cause I hope, my deepest of all hopes, that nobody thinks this is real. And two, man, like I mean, as far as a satirical take, he's doing a good job.
yeah, good on you, man.
Right?
Can't I can't hate the player. I can't.
Yeah, I gotta admit, his premium sticks though, they look like the buy, you know?
So
They look like the
funny.
purchase to make.
Like, you're hilarious. That's so funny. And then I wonder if there's even like a fee to run your, like, to go that far on the bit is like, I have to applaud the dude.
I mean, I'm
Like, you know?
assuming he's having to ship them out to whoever buys these, right? So
Yeah. Because,
there's
okay,
some
so
sort
when
of
you
cost
open
on
an
his end.
Etsy, yeah, because when you open an Etsy, you have to like pay a fee, which
Yeah.
goes into um running the store. It goes
Mm-hmm.
back into the store. So I would assume it's the same thing with TikTok where you have to pay a fee to
Yeah.
even open the shop.
But can you imagine him going into a FedEx store and getting a stick boxed to be shipped out?
Oh gosh.
I mean,
Like,
that's
how
a
do you
commitment to
do
the
that?
bit, number one.
Yeah.
And he's making
Super
money off of it.
fully committed, but I can't be mad. Like, I can't be
Right?
mad
I
at
can't
any
be
of
mad
the
at the guy.
people involved because it's just funny.
Oh, that's hilarious, man. But yeah, I've run across him a couple of times. Some of the sticks I thought were pretty impressive.
Okay.
Oh man. Did you want to go over any other topic?
If you'd like to keep going, yeah. We're
Yeah, I'm
at
down. I am down to
okay.
clown, man.
Okay. Do you want to go over my movie review or do you
Yeah.
want to Okay.
Yeah, I've heard of the movie.
hmm
But I don't know too much about it, and I've seen their press tour a bit, which has been pretty funny.
Okay. So the movie I watched last weekend was called The Drama.
Mm-hmm.
It stars Zendaya and Robert Pattinson, which is mainly why I watched the movie because, I love Zendaya.
Mm-hmm.
And Robert Pattinson has just been killing it with his roles lately.
Oh
Like the
man,
dude, yeah, he
definitely.
just has super range.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mickey
I like that.
17 was crazy.
That movie was insane.
Yeah, I
Like
loved it.
I like it, but it also hurt my head because I was like, what is this writing? It's not
Mm-hmm.
terrible, but I just like this is kind of all over the place. But I think that's the point. So
Yeah.
I don't know. But he still did a great job in his role in that one. And but the trailer for the movie that I saw piqued my interest as well because I really like it when I watch a trailer and it gives a hint of what the movie is about, but
Mm-hmm.
definitely does not give too much information away.
Oh
Like
yeah.
it just does a tiny introduction and then it's up to you to watch it. And that's what piqued my interest. Um it was marketed as a dark comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Um that's kind of the vibes that I got from it, that it's kind of like, yeah, there's a little bit humor in there, but something's going on.
Right.
Um I'm definitely not going to talk about the main premise, like the main conflict, because this movie is just definitely something you have to watch without knowing anything of what it's about.
Oh, okay.
Um, yeah, it's that big. Like it's a pretty big main conflict that you don't really see being talked about
Oh, damn.
in
All right.
these type of movies.
Mm-hmm.
So I liked it. But I don't think I'm very much the type of person to ask if something if something is good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
Don't
You
get me
don't
wrong.
trust your own movie takes?
Like don't get me wrong. I can say when something is bad, like in movies and food and whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the thing when I judge something, I get too in the weeds of, oh, but there's so many people that worked really hard on this and they put their good effort on it, and I would like to still be complimented on something even if it were quote quote bad. So
Mm-hmm.
I just end up saying it's all right. Like, yeah,
You're
I
sympathetic to
enjoyed
the
it.
creative team. I get it.
Yes, yeah, I'm so super
You
sympathetic
like the
to
art form.
in everything. Like
Mm-hmm.
I do that to everything,
Oh,
and I
same.
kind of am annoyed by it because it's just like, you know what, Maria, if everyone else is able to have a hard stance on things, why can't you? But that's just cuz I empathize with
Right.
people's hard works and everything.
Nothing's wrong
Um
with that.
yeah, but I enjoyed this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Um the the main conflict just hooked me because you sit there and you're watching the movie and you're like, what would I do in this situation? Like how would I handle this? It is so intriguing because it got me thinking the entire time, what would I do in this situation? So here's the basic premise of the movie without spoiling anything. Um the basic premise is a week before their wedding, Zendaya and Robert's characters are sitting with friends one night. Um and they essentially go into the question of what's the worst thing you've ever done?
Mm-hmm.
And everyone at the table answers the question, and antics ensue afterwards based
Mm-hmm.
off of this one question
Okay.
and the answers. And yeah, like I don't even remember if that's what I gathered from the I think that's what I gathered from the trailer. Like they ask that question and everyone's just looking at each other like, "Oh, what are they going to say?" That sort of thing. And
Mm-hmm.
that's why I wanted to watch the movie cuz like, yeah, that's a pretty interesting question. What is the worst thing you've ever done, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so definitely go watch the movie. The drama that's spurred about it and what people are critiquing though is that they saw the trailers and thought it was marketed as a light romantic comedy. And I was just like, you guys really don't know how to watch things because that's not because that's not how, that's not what I gathered. Because hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Like you can watch something and yes, it showed them like playfully kind of like smiling at each other like
Mm-hmm.
awkwardly after the question is asked. But that's the key word. They looked kind of awkward. The music kind of turns ominous. In what way does that market a light comedic romance? You know?
Hmm. Yeah.
That just to me it's just like people really kind of lack critical thinking when they're watching watching any type of anything,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of sad to say, but it's kind of true. Um some other stuff that people have been saying is like, should this film have really been made with this type of premise? Like, it's definitely something that makes people uncomfortable because of the subject matter.
Hmm.
Um, and like I said, it gets you thinking. So I
Yeah.
think people really don't like things. Something shouldn't be depicted, and I'm in the camp of, um, I don't think we should not not be able to depict harsh subject matters, but there's a
Mm-hmm.
way to go about it, you know?
Yeah.
It's, to me, namely like subjects of like rape,
Mm-hmm.
like that needs to be depicted in certain lights.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Suicide needs to be depicted in certain lights for sure,
Yeah.
you know?
The
So
heavier
it,
subjects.
yeah, it's not that they can't be told because that's just harsh realities of life, but
Mm-hmm.
there's ways that you have to depict it that respects the the people who have suffered from that sort of thing, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um And then some other dramas that I've seen, namely on social medias, people are judging Zendaya, the
Why?
female character, and not Robert, the male
Of course.
character, the male actor, for taking this role. And they were saying, oh, Zendaya really doesn't have any character. She'll just take any role.
What the?
And like, oh, how, I guess Tom Holland, yeah, they're judging Tom Holland for letting her do any role she wants to
What is
too.
he
And I was like,
supposed to like control her entire career? What the hell?
that's what I'm saying. I was just like, guys, first of all, have you seen Euphoria? She's
Mm-hmm.
taken that role. Like
What?
she will
Yeah.
do crazy roles.
I mean,
One.
look at what was that tennis movie that she did?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
like that one too.
Mm-hmm.
She did great in that one.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
Um,
I think I don't know, man. A,
but
like
it
you said, people have no media literacy nowadays. Um, and B, we live in a weird time, man, where
just like, why is she not allowed to? She's a grown woman,
mm-hmm.
you know. She can like
Maybe
why
she
are we
wanted to work with the director. Maybe she wanted to work with Robert Pattinson. Maybe she just liked the story. I mean, for fuck's sake, just
who
there
cares?
could be a
She's a
million and one
grown
reasons.
woman.
None of them
Like,
involve your personal judgment of her personal character. You know.
I get it. We saw her on Disney um as a young actress,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and it is kind of like a little shock to see her taking on adult roles. But that's the thing, guys. She's an adult. She's an
Mm-hmm.
adult woman. Yes, she looks incredibly young. That's because she is young, but
Mm-hmm.
she's still a woman. She's a grown woman. She's 29 years old. Like, let her do what she wants to do. Why are we bashing her name? Y'all are just jealous because she's hot
They
and
are.
she's married to Tom Holland.
Yep.
Like,
Yep. They want to be married to Tom Holland.
yeah, and she's hot. So
And
stop.
she's hot. And
So sit your ass.
she's a grown ass woman that's doing whatever she wants to do. Leave her the
Yeah,
hell alone.
sit your ass down.
Yeah. Yeah, like who the hell are you? Like I hate one, I hate the double standard of people coming after her and not Robert Pattinson on this.
Mm-hmm.
Um but two, I hate this, I don't know, man, like this societal, and I know we've talked about this before off stream, but the societal Puritan takes on everything, right? Like, not only do they not have media literacy and they can't tell the difference between the character being played and the actual actor themselves, but then it's like, oh man, like she only plays these whores, you know, and it's just like Jesus Christ, guys, like what is wrong with y'all?
You know she's an actor, right? Like
Yeah,
she
right? Like it's called acting. This is all pretend, folks. Like this is it I oh dude, I think I don't know. Would you say that a lot of these criticisms are coming from a younger audience, or is it coming from
definitely older. I
definitely
think it's
older?
coming
Yeah.
from Karen type people.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
which like I'm sorry that you I guess live a boring life that you need
Super
to
boring.
any and I see this with like any age of people. Like
Mhm.
they're just so confident to say like the shittiest awful things on the internet because
Oh
they
yeah.
hide behind a screen.
Oh yeah, they're
But
emboldened.
I mhm. And yes, I'm sorry that your life is sad and maybe you're getting bullied and you feel the need to bully someone else on the internet,
Mhm.
but your life must be so boring
It's gotta suck.
that you feel the need to like say something so awful to someone else, like another human
Yeah,
online.
and having no basis for it, right? Like
Mhm.
what's your basis on this judgment? Oh, I don't like the character she plays. Oh, okay. It's like, and you are who again? The hell's wrong with you? Jesus, man. Like America got rid of mental wards too quickly. We we need to bring it back because some people need to not be interacting with society.
Hmm.
this is
Just
this is
stop.
crazy, man.
Some people really were not like, or they were told the saying,
Mm-hmm.
like, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say it. Like
Oh, that
they
doesn't
just
exist
heard
on the
that.
internet anymore.
Yeah, they just heard that and they were like, that doesn't apply to me.
No,
Who cares?
I'm
Or
anonymous.
they've
I can say
never heard
whatever
it.
I want.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, man, ugh. But that's kind of what pissed me off about it because they were just criticizing her and not Robert and then bringing
Mm-hmm.
Tom into it because it's like why can this why can't this grown woman be able to make her own choices? Like
Right.
why are you criticizing her like that? But anyways, the other drama that I found out about the movie, unfortunately,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, I guess you could, I mean, I would want to support Zendaya and Robert, but there are other ways to support them. Like, go
Right.
watch the Spider-Man movie that's coming out later.
Right.
But if you don't want to support this one for this one, this is pretty valid because apparently the director, I don't know his
Yeah.
name, released an essay about when he was 27, he dated
Uh.
a 17-year-old.
Ah, come on, bro.
And
Ah, damn
so,
it.
so
why
yeah,
why
that
does it always
kind,
go in this direction?
yeah. So I mean, I really I
Jesus.
liked the movie, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, it was
It,
made by a pedophile.
it
So,
may have to be left for streaming or I mean not
uh,
streaming but pirating.
I mean, I would hope that he would have changed his tune now that he's much older
Oh, for
and is
sure.
saying like,
Yeah.
never again am I
Mhm.
going to do that because that is entirely pedophilic behavior and how
Mhm.
could I have done that? I've not read the essay, so I don't know what's in there, but I would hope that that's what he says in it. But
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, no,
That's
like,
that's weird, man. That's it, that's yeah. It's not even yeah. Like how old is this director now? I'm guessing in his 40s, 50s.
I don't know, I'm not sure. But like,
Like one
so
way or the
when
other, that 10-year gap
it's,
past the
yeah, it's
past
a
the
10-year gap,
minor and adult.
but that's where w- that's the big thing, right? She's still
Mhm.
a minor. But like
Yeah.
I'll probably hear people saying like, "Oh, but people date, later in life and have 10-year gaps too." Well, keyword you said there is later in
Yeah.
life.
I mean,
One.
you got to think
And
about this, right? Whenever he was 18, she was 8, right? Whenever he
yes.
was whenever he was 20, she was 10. So
Mhm.
whenever he was 27 and she was 17, he knew there's not you're a grown enough person to know that that's a minor. That is a
Yeah.
minor and you
So
probably
he's
should not be doing
uh
that.
and so he's um 40 years old, and
Mhm.
apparently the essay resurfaced.
Oh
So
no.
that means that he wrote it prior. He
Uh-huh.
wrote it back in 2012, apparently. But
Right.
anyways, like, so here's my thing
Mm.
about like age gap relationships.
Mhm.
Like, yes, it's weird to think about that sort of thing. Like, when I was this age, they were that age, because that's very true. But here, look, okay, so I would never do it because
Mhm.
I can't relate to someone who's 10 years younger than or older than me. So
Right.
I wouldn't do that at any stage of my life.
Mhm.
But if you're going to, you're going to have to ask yourself, are we at the same stages in our lives to
Mhm.
where we can possibly even have a semblance of similarity to each other?
Yeah.
If it is in the case of a 27-year-old to a 17-year-old, when you're 27, you have, back in his age, anyways, you have bought your first car
Yeah.
and maybe bought your first apartment,
Mm-hmm.
and you've definitely graduated high school, and you've definitely maybe even graduated college.
For sure. Yeah.
You're doing your first steps in, or even second steps in your career.
Mm-hmm.
What is a 17-year-old doing? They are not even graduated from
They
high
are
school, dude.
barely figuring
They
out life.
they barely have a driver's license.
Yeah.
Like,
It
you know,
maybe have a drive. They have a learner's permit at this point.
maybe they've even stepped into the driver's side of the car.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If if you see those comparisons, you will notice they are in very different stages of their life,
Oh,
which
very
means
different.
you should not be dating each other.
Yeah. Yeah. There's whenever it comes to like 10-year gaps in relationships, there is a I think you're right. You run into issues of relatability between two people. Sometimes that can be navigated. A good majority of the time, it can't.
Hmm.
But it especially becomes apparent between 10-year gaps that is younger than 25. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
younger than 25, what you end up running up against is somebody who doesn't have a completely developed frontal lobe, somebody who is still trying. They're a baby adult. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
they they I don't even know whether or not to call them adults yet. They're just baby adults. You know, they're trying to
Yeah.
figure all their stuff out and whatnot. Now, you know,
Hmm.
if you're a 40-year-old man, 50-year-old man dating a 40-year-old, or if you're a 40-year-old dating a 30-year-old, okay, there's some room.
Sure.
Yeah, there's some room to play in. You know, they're a grown adult, you're a grown adult. If you can bridge that gap and have things to talk about, so be it. But there needs to, you know, a 30-year-old compared to a 40-year-old, there as far as where they are in their lives, that gap's not that wide. Same thing between a 40 and a 50-year-old, right?
Hmm.
But yeah, once if we're talking like somebody in their early 20s, mid 20s, and even late 20s, anywhere in the 20s, just stay away from the 20s, guys.
Hmm.
Any from 28 from the age of 29 and below, for the love of Christ, leave them the hell
Stay away
alone.
from them.
Stay away from
Because you
them.
know what?
Let them figure
Life
out their own
starts,
shit, you know?
yeah, life starts at 30.
Mhm.
Okay, guys,
Yeah.
leave that baby adult alone.
Yeah,
They're
leave
still
that
a
baby
baby.
adult alone. That baby adult has a lot of shit to figure out. Leave them the hell
Mm,
alone.
yep.
Yeah, dude,
God
it's
damn it.
it's it's creepy, man. It's weird, and I'm glad
Hmm.
that as a society we're starting to get to the point where we're recognizing this, because it seems as if older generations didn't have a grasp on this for some reason. Um, but yeah, man, like not cool, not cool. Look, leave the baby adults alone. Let them figure it out for themselves. You know, give them
Definitely.
advice. You know, be a mentor, but don't pursue anything beyond that. Not that
Hmm.
that's not it's not a good look, and it's predatory. Let's be honest, it's predatory at the end of the day, because you know you're dealing with the baby adult. You know they don't have their shit figured out. You remember how you were in your 20s. You were susceptible and malleable in your 20s, and so are they. So leave them the hell
Hmm.
alone. Let them figure it
Yep.
out. Let them become an adult. And if you decide to, you know what, just let them become an adult. they're not a,
Leave them alone.
they're not adults at 18. Okay, they're not.
Mm,
they're not.
no.
They're not even adults at 25. Okay.
Let's stop that that toxic mentality that
Mm-hmm.
anyone is, yeah, okay, sure, legally an adult, okay,
Legally, I
fine,
don't give a shit
whatever.
about legally speaking. If
But
mentally
just they're
speaking.
still a kid. They
Mm-hmm.
just graduated high school. Leave them
Mm-hmm.
alone.
Leave
Stop
them
being a
alone,
weirdo.
man.
Stop being gross. That's
Mm-hmm.
disgusting. Like,
Yeah,
stop
you're
it.
you're just being predatory and gross, man. Like it's,
That's a weird fetish. I'm gonna kink shame you.
and dude, I hate like whenever you listen to old songs and they're talking about,
Uh,
ugh,
don't even talk
ugh,
about it.
it's brutal,
That
man.
one line from that movie. You know the one I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
I know what you're talking
That
about.
one is so bad. The fact that someone thought about that.
Matthew McConaughey should still be apologizing for that line to this
Does he
day.
apologize for it?
No, I don't think he does.
That would be hilarious if he did. Like, look,
It's
I'm an
like, look, guys,
actor.
I
I was
didn't
paid
write that
for it.
line. It
Yeah.
wasn't improv, I swear.
He played it very well though, very
Right?
convincingly. The
Jesus,
creeper.
man.
Like,
Just
ew.
leave the baby adults alone. Let them grow up.
Ugh. Ugh. Ew.
Oh man. That's so yeah. Well, we can go more into that off stream.
Make me feel achy now. Ugh.
Right? We need a palate cleanser.
I guess yeah, I'll just go into the next topic
All
just
right.
to get that not let that not be the last one we
Don't
talk
let that
about.
be the last topic.
Um, so I read, I think yesterday, that
Mm-hmm.
Apple privately threatened to remove Musk's AI app Grok from the
Really?
App Store in January of this year. So earlier this year, they
Mm-hmm.
privately did it.
Ooh.
After Musk's XAI application failed to do enough to stop Grok from creating nude
Oh.
sexualized deepfakes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That, that goes against their terms of service in the
Mm-hmm.
App Store. So they threatened Musk like, "Hey, we're going to take your app off of our store. No one's going to be able to use it cuz
Mm-hmm.
you're not fixing it. That's your app. Do
Yeah.
something." Um and it which is, that's a big win. Like, thank you uh, for this big corporation
Yeah.
wanting to do something.
Taking a
Um
stance.
yeah, like even if that would effectively hurt them, they they still are ethically doing something right. Like,
Mm-hmm.
no, this is at the expense of, they said in the article it was at the expense of like um female pop stars, female
Mm-hmm.
celebrities and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They didn't outline that it is also at the expense of children,
Yeah.
which is
Unfortunately.
even worse.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I would have hoped I would have hoped, even if they didn't say it in the article, that that was one of the things they pointed out too. Like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, this is where it should have stopped initially. Like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
all, like all use of this thing in any sense of form or fashion. Like,
Mm-hmm.
why is it still going on now?
Right.
It, um, but yeah. So, I wrote here indication of why discussions were ever held by Musk and Musk's team to change Grok and X were from the threat of losing access to more than 2 billion devices worldwide
And that's
if
the
it were
sad
pulled
part.
from the Apple Store. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's not, they didn't start talking about this at all when it was threatening children,
Mm-hmm.
when it was threatening women. It was just to protect their bottom dollar. And that's the sad take from it,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Like, fuck that guy and fuck his stupid company for allowing this to still keep going. But thank you, Apple, for stepping up and trying to do something.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
really awesome. Like
Mm-hmm.
we need companies to do that more often. I need Google. I need the Google App Store to do the same.
Mm-hmm. Even though like Apple is still trying to, like, is it Apple? I think pretty sure they're still trying to implement AI usage. Um,
I don't know.
I
I
know Google
know
for sure.
Google for sure. I have it. I mean, Apple has Siri, which is technically an AI.
Yeah,
Um,
but nowhere as um
Nowhere as
energy
prolific as
consuming.
yeah, Yeah.
as the ones that are coming out now. But like
Mm-hmm.
even I think they're looking at it this way, the same way that I'm looking at it and you're looking at it at a
Mm-hmm.
base level that it threatens. Like I would hope they would want to remove it altogether because of the environmental impact, but
Mm-hmm.
they're wanting to remove a fraction of it because of how threatening it is to just the livelihoods of people and
Yeah.
children,
Yeah.
which in itself, okay, it's a win. Like I'll take that.
It's true. It's true. I would take that win as well. Like that, I think it's awesome of them to do that, and obviously, I think it's shitty of Musk to not even take that into consideration until his bottom line was threatened. He
Mm-hmm.
is a horrible human being
Mm-hmm. Who needs help?
who
Go
definitely
get
needs some
help,
kind of help.
dude. Jeez Louise, man.
God damn, man. All right. Well, we are 45 past the hour. You want to take a look at the artwork here, see what we got so far?
Yeah.
Ooh. See, you went more with more of an action pose than I did this time. Although I haven't gotten to painting the powers in just yet.
Hmm. Yeah, because he kind of like he asked for an action pose, but I
Mm-hmm.
was having a really hard time like positioning her legs, and then it's kind of hard to draw her in an action pose because she kind of knows some martial arts, but
mm-hmm.
I don't think she's trained. So it's like I can't have her in a kung fu pose or something like that, right?
Right.
But also even if you would, a lot of poses don't implement her hands in the way that she uses them.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really kind of difficult to to find
Yeah.
a
I,
pose that isn't really done that often.
yeah. Whenever I was thinking about it, I was like, well, I kind of want to draw something where she's using her powers, and it includes um, crap. What's his name again? Oh no, I'm blanking. I'm blanking.
Oh,
Not Otacon.
his real name is Ken.
Yes,
But she calls him Okarun.
Okarun. There we go.
Okarun, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted to incorporate him, and I want it to be like a, because I very rarely get to do the quirky, cute scene,
Cute
right?
couple. Oh, yeah, I
Yeah,
think I get it.
and
Cause with
so
she's holding him upside
yeah,
down.
I'm gonna have her hold him
Ah,
upside down with her powers, and then he's gonna have a kiss on his cheek, which is why he's getting the nosebleed.
cute.
That's what I wanted to do with it, but I gotta work on it a little bit more because I have an idea for how the hand's gonna. So I was taking a look at the artwork, right, and whenever she uses the hand power, it's not very defined, right? It's not a super defined hand. It's kind
Yeah,
of
it's
like
kind of
a,
like the way I drew it. Kind of
yeah,
like a
exactly. It's kind of more of a of
pudgy,
yeah, like a
squishy
cartoonish
gelatin.
version of a
Yeah.
hand. Yeah. And so I got to think about how I'm going to make it look like as it's wrapped around him.
Mm.
And then I was able to get the flats down, the flat colors, and I'm going to use color very sparingly cuz I'm still trying to learn. I'm still in the learning phase. Um
Mm.
so outside of trying to get the light sources down and everything, um I wanted to draw the hand power as in color only instead of doing it as line art, because I started
Oh.
doing it as line art at first and I was like, this doesn't look right. So I want to do it in in color. Does that make sense? Am I using the right terminology? Color.
No, I get what you're saying. You could do the line art,
Mm-hmm.
but then color the line art. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. You know,
Like
I
you
might
could
do that
clip
too.
you could cuz I did that before. and a lot of artists do it to give their art more dimension.
Mm-hmm.
So what you could do is draw the hand line art on a different layer so it doesn't interfere with the or
Yeah.
the line art you have right now, right?
And
Then
plus,
clip mask it,
yeah,
um, or alpha lock it if that's something you can do in
yeah,
Clip Studio Paint, and then just drop the color that you want
yeah.
onto the line art.
Because I also wanted to use a different brush for the hand line art, so that way it doesn't matter.
Mm,
Because I'm using a G pen brush right now, because I
yeah.
wanted to have the authentic um, anime line weight,
Mm-hmm.
but I wanted to use a different brush for the hand to make it look a little bit more ethereal, I guess.
Mm,
So
mm-hmm.
I'm gonna keep working on it. I'm gonna keep working on it. I'm gonna give Mark the best damn looking. I wish he could be in chat today, but hopefully he
Yeah.
likes the art. I'm guessing you're gonna keep working on yours too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or maybe we could save it for next stream, because next stream's gonna be a free for all. We can do whatever we want. Maybe we can keep working on these, or
Yeah, I could. We can do that. Finish up, and then if we finish, we can just start working on something else.
sweet.
I think that's a good plan.
That sounds good to me.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, go.
Okay.
I think that's it.
Yep. So that should be it. A good spot to end the stream.
Mm.
Thanks for joining us today, you guys. Go find Esso at Esso Art Studio on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. Go check me out, Lily Lilac Draws on Instagram, Threads, Tumblr, TikTok. All our links are down below. Donate to our coffee page if you'd like to support the studio even further. Anything is kindly appreciated. It's always a pleasure to unwind with you guys together at the end of every week and talk about the things that inspired us. We'll see you next time, and remember to stay creative.
Peace.
Bye bye.